Hey, hi Sajad. Hope you're doing well. Uh, yeah, Sajad, can you please quickly walk me through your profile?
Okay, sir, definitely. First of all, thank you so much. And I feel proud that I am in kind of this type of moment. My name is Sajad, and I am from Jammu and Kashmir. I have completed my master's in computer application through Kashmir University, which is located in Hazrat Bal, Srinagar. After that, I have completed PG in data science and machine learning through Data 10. Also, I have done 6 months internship through Philip Robo Technologies, and where I learned a lot of tools such as Power BI, Tableau, SQL, actually advanced SQL, and also MS Excel. Also, I have done a lot of projects such as customer churn production, HR analytics, and I have done sales dashboards where I done a lot of practice, and I have used Python for data cleaning. Actually,
All right.
thank.
So, Sajad, tell me your what is your strength and weakness?
My strength is this that when I got any situation or any problem, I do not leave it, and I do not get it off until I solve it. And my weakness is like this that whenever I have to present something and I murmur, sometimes I feel hesitate and I do not remember the proper words which I have to use in front of seniors.
All right. So, don't you think that that's a negative point again?
Yes, sir, that is Dr. I'm working on that.
Okay, all right. So, uh, I would like to know more on a project where you have to delve with deeply into a data to uncover insights or solve a problem. So, what steps did you take and what were the results?
First of all, we have to get that data from SQL or any other source.
Mhm.
Like I have get the data from GitHub, and also I have done Kaggle, and I have downloaded that data and loaded it into my Python file called a Jupyter Notebook, and then I started working on features. I mostly understand what kind of different features, what are the dependent features, what are the independent features. Is there any null value present in the features? And I have resolved that null value, such as I have mapped that value, then I have assigned the value, and I have filled that value with the mean values or mode values or median values with the status problem. And also, if in the data set there are two different types of such as data types, and I have converted such as data type, I have converted that into date, such as categorical data, I have worked with that. Also, I have worked with if there is a problem called sampling. If the data set is balanced, I have unbalanced, then I have made that balanced using smooth problems, and then I done the rest of things which is necessary for the getting the insights from the data set.
All right, superb. So, did you face any situation where you have to make a quick decision with limited information? How did you proceed and what was the outcome again?
Yes, sir. If I talk about a situation about, for example, if I have sales problem, I have to decide which region is best for the sales and which region is not getting proper sales. Then I have to get predict the sales, and I have to predict, and I have to draw. I have to get the insights from the data. Which region is best for the sales, and I have to which region has not good sales, and then I have to provide them best feasible rates to the customers where I get the best result.
Okay, okay, done. Then how did you ensure the accuracy and integrity of the the data?
First of all, I have to get the data from the data sets, and I
Mm-hmm.
have to solve the problem. For example, I have to check the problem what the which region is getting the more sales. Yeah, we can say that. What is the region that having more records in our data set, and we have to work on that. We have to predict the new values, which region, and we are selecting that region. What is the reason why in that particular region why we are not getting the sales? So we have to provide the, for example, discounts to that region. We have to provide the advertising to that region, so we can get the reasonable, or we can say we can get the more and more orders from that region.
Okay, okay, Sajad, done. So, Sajad, do you stay updated with the latest trends and development in the field of data analysis?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do,
Yeah.
and I mostly when if I talk about new technology came into the existence of the data existence, and I want to learn that.
Okay, okay. So, how do you prioritize and your task and manage your time while you were working with multiple projects simultaneously?
For example, if I got more than one project at one time, so I should what I do at that time, I make a timetable for to solve the particular problem, and I give a particular time to each and every project to solve on the time.
Okay, so
Okay.
so if given a chance to work with this domain, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I would say that I will be. I will solve. First of all, I would like to say that I want to first see grasp, or I want to learn new skills in this data science field. Such as NLP is the most uniquely mostly used nowadays. I want to work on this that field, and I want to move forward on this field. Like I want to get the data scientist post, and I want to work like a manager in this field in after 5 years.
Okay, done, done, done. So, coming back to the tech stacks. Okay. So,
Okay.
what's your proficiency in the tech stacks while talking about data analytics?
Text
Yes.
using table.
No, no. I mean the programming language. How much proficient are you in that programming language, like Python, SQL, Power BI?
But I'm good in Python, especially in Python pandas. I am very good, especially in NumPy. I'm also good. I will rate myself about 6.5
Out of on a scale of
on a scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10. All right, 10. All right. So, Sajid, thank you. I'm done from my end. Over to Avijit. Yeah.
Hey, I hope I'm visible and audible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are visible.
Hey, Sajad, how are you doing?
Fine, sir. And how you are doing?
Doing good. Thanks for asking. All right, let's get started. Okay, Sajad, since this is a data science interview, right? Mock interview. Uh,
Yes, sir.
what do you, for very first question, which is a pretty basic one, what do you think is the difference between data analytics and data science?
Data analytics is we have to analyze the data, we have to get the data, and we have to check features of the data. We have to work on the features of the data to predict the new values, or to check the trends of the data. And data science is like that. We have to create a new models, and we have to learn the models, how the models are working on such data where we are predicting the new values.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
How good are you with statistics?
About I'm averaged in stats, and I learned a lot of things in stats. Like I have learned mean, mode, median, and I have learned such as I have worked on outliers using Z score, using Intel IQR methods. Also, I have done testing to some extent, like t-testing, chi-square testing. I have learned about that.
Okay, so can you explain the concepts of mean, median, mode, and standard deviation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If I talk about, if we have small data set, like if I have the price of mangoes, for example, so I would the mean of that would be the, if I have 10 records of mangoes, the mean would be the calculation of sum of all the records, and divide by n number of records. And also mode will be the most frequently used data in the data set. And median median will be the middle term. If we have 10 records, then it will be the 4 from the left side and 4 from the right side, and in between there is a 2, and we have to calculate the sum of the 2 and divide by number of records are 2.
Yeah, and you also need to explain what standard deviation is.
Yes, sir. What standard? Standard deviation is how far our value is lying. If we talk about the mean center value,
Okay. All right.
it will be on both sides, from left side, or we can say right side.
All right.
Okay.
So have you dealt with scenarios where you need to fill missing values or null
Yes,
values?
sir. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's take the same example that you gave, right? The price
Okay.
of mangoes. How would
Okay.
impute missing values? Let me also give you some more context. Let's say you have a mango pricing data set,
Okay. Okay.
which is the price listed by every shopkeeper in every
Yes, sir.
city in India.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So there are all the states listed in that data set,
Oh,
right? You have a state, you have a city, and you have a mango price, right?
okay. Okay.
Now, in random, there are missing values. Some
Okay.
from Jammu and Kashmir, some from Odisha, some from Karnataka, right? Now,
Okay.
what approach would you take to impute the missing values here?
Oh, first of all, I will check outlier. If there are outliers present in it, then I should go for the median. If there isn't any outlier present in, then I will go for the mean. But if there are some repeating values, like if mostly they are in value which is repeating mostly, then I will go for the mode. But mostly mode is used when there are categorical value.
Okay, makes sense. All right. So what do you think is the difference between a box plot and a histogram?
Okay, sir. Box plot is used to identify the outliers present in a specific column of a data set. While is sorry, what was the next?
Histogram.
Histogram. Histogram is used to check the for example KD, kernel density function of for example is we can say the normal graph, or we can say the graph of that column where the values are actually lying.
Okay. All right. So are you into predictive modeling as well, machine learning?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you would be already aware that to fit any machine learning model, you need numbers, right? You cannot have string
Yes,
or
sir.
data.
Yes, yes.
So if you have string or categorical data in any one of the columns in your data set, how would you deal with that?
First, if I have categorical data, sorry, your video is paused.
Okay,
Hello, sir.
can you see me now?
If I have categorical data, then I should first resemble the data. For example, I have to map the values of categories. For example, if I have 4 or 3 values in my category or depending variable, then I have to map them, and I have to convert them into the numerical format. Or I can say that I have to convert them using scalar method, and I use the standard scalar and to scale them value into the numerical format.
Okay, but don't you think standard scaling or normalized scaling
Scaling, yes, sir.
done with continuous values, right? We need
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
handle categorical values.
Yes, sir. If we have only two values in such column, then we can use the map method.
Okay, so what I understand is whatever the different values you'll have, you just assign numbers to it, like 1 to 3.
Numbers, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have to use a map method with that column, and I have to pass in the map in that on the argument will be the dictionary.
Are you aware about any other methods apart from the mapping one?
Yeah, dummies method is also there. Dummies, but it creates a lot of dummy columns in the data set.
All right. Okay. So what do you think is the difference between a supervised machine learning and an unsupervised machine learning?
In supervised machine, we have different classes of data. In unsupervised machine learning, we don't know the class of data. We have to work with the values, continuous values.
Okay, can you give some examples?
For example, if we have to predict something, it is in yes or no. For example, if I predicting that, for example, I have done a work with the pizza prediction. If I have to predict the value, for example, on the best of diameter of a pizza and rate of a, for example, rate or price, or we can say rate of pizza, then we have to predict it is when I got a lot of data, then I have to predict on the basis of diameter, I have to predict what is the price of that data. So it came under the unsupervised. But if you have to predict whether it is good or bad, then there are only two values. So I use their classification problem, that is unsupervised machine learning.
Okay. So what are the types of supervised machine learning?
Supervised classification and regression.
Okay. So what's the basic difference between a regression problem and a classification problem?
Basic difference is we have to, in the classification problem, we have to choose the different class of data. For example, if a class lies on xy, so it will take middle term 0.5, and if it is predicting near about 0, then it will say no, and if it's predicting about 0.5, then it will say yes on that line.
Okay. All right. So, okay, let's assume that you have two die, right? You play Ludo, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Let's say you have two die. Okay. Now,
Yes.
what is the probability that you roll the two die
Yes,
and
sir.
you get a score of 4?
To get a score of 4. Sorry, I can't recall it, but I have studied it. I can't recall it, but
No issues. Okay.
okay.
So, are you aware about linear regression?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what do you think is the cost function or the loss function for a linear regression? What is the constraint optimization formula that you're trying to optimize for?
Cost function of that,
Yes.
of linear regression.
Yes.
Cost function. Not recalling that.
Okay. No issues. No issues. Okay. All right. So what do you think? Okay. How do you actually find out correlation coefficient between two continuous columns or variables?
Correlation continuation. Now, in Python, we can use correlation. It is a method of pandas. It is a method where we can say the pass the values, different values. We can see the positive relation between them and negative relation between them.
Okay, but what does it actually tell us? If the correlation coefficient is very high, what does it tell us?
Okay. For example, if we have weight and height, if we have weight and height of a person, then if weight is increasing and height is decreasing, it will say that decreasingly it will affect on the weight of a person if height is decreasing. If height is increasing and also weight is increasing, then it will we can say that it is a positive correlation of a person.
Okay, all right. Okay. So, you have worked with SQL queries, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. How can you retrieve distinct values from a particular column in SQL? What's the simplest query that you can write for this?
Yes, sir. We can use distinct. Distinct is a method on there. We can use distinct values. For example, if I use, if I there are records, number of records for different countries, and we can use select distinct countries. We will pause the country column and from the table name.
Okay, apart from using the keyword distinct, do you think there is any other technique through which you can find distinct values?
Yes, yes. Wire. We can use wire class.
Okay, all right. Okay, what do you think is the difference between inner join and a left join?
Inner join intersects. Actually, it retrieves the data which is common in both the table, in left table or in the right table. But in the left join, it will return all the columns, all the rows from the left, and also only matched column from the right table.
Okay. All right. Are you aware about what cross-validation technique is?
Cross-validation in no sir. Cross-validation.
Okay.
Not recalling.
Okay. 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 Next question is, what do you think precision and recall are in case of a classification machine learning problem?
Precision and recall. Precision values.
Yeah, it's a metric to determine the accuracy of a classification.
Okay. Precision matrices are used to check the accuracy of a model. Precision score and recall scores, and these are in matrices. We can import from SQL matrices, and recall score and precision score are the scores when we are predicting something on the X and on the dependent and independent values. And then when a machine learning model throwing a result, and or we can say that it providing us the result, and we can check the recall scores or F1 score or precision scores on that, and then we can say that our model how much accurate it is.
Okay. One final question from my side. Let's say you have a regression problem, and on the other hand, you have a classification problem, right? How do
Yes.
you, or maybe what metric would you use to determine the accuracy of a regression problem and a classification problem?
Mostly in the regression problems, we are using recall, precision score and recall score. In the in the regression problems, we are using Z score as well.
Okay. All right, Sajad. Thank you for answering all the questions. I think that is all from my side.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, done. So pretty much good, Sajad. Okay, we'll come with the feedback and we'll let you know soon. All right. So thanks for joining the session. Okay.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Yeah, done. And Abhijit, thank you for coming. Yeah, all the very best, Sajad. We'll get back.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.